Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the January releases that I'm most excited about. Majority of these are romance, but I've got a few fantasy ones mixed in there this time, so without further rambling on my part, let's just hop into the videos. First book that I want to talk about is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. This is a YA romance that is releasing on January 3rd. The blurb for this book is a laugh out loud story with a quirky content creator and a clean cut athlete testing their abilities to survive the great outdoors and each other. So the only book I've read by Talia Hibbert is this best friend's brother's best friend novella romance called Guarding Temptation, but I've heard nothing but good things about her, the Brown Sisters trilogy, and honestly all of her books, so I'm really excited to read this, and this is her first YA book, so I'm extra excited. The next book that I'm excited about that released in January is The Rom-Com Agenda by Jane Denker. This is a contemporary romance that releases January 10th. The blurb for this one is vibrantly funny, endearingly sweet, and a love letter to all things rom-com. The Rom-Com Agenda is a story of two people finding love right when they least expect it. You know how the story is supposed to go, but love makes its own plans. I love books that have rom-com rom-com references. Like, I read Just Like the Movies recently, and I absolutely loved all the rom-com references and stuff like that, so I'm really excited for this one as well. And it just sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, it's I really like when books bring in like the female main characters, or like they're trying to help each other win someone else, so like they fake date or they like give advice or things like that, but then they end up falling for each other. I just love that trope, so I'm excited. I am probably gonna say that I'm excited about all these a lot. I need to find better words other than just excited, but just I'm excited about all these, okay? So the next book is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Alex Stern series, and it's an adult fantasy book that releases on January 10th. The blurb for this one is wealth, power, murder, magic. Alex Stern is back and the Ivy League is going straight to hell. I really liked Ninth House. I read it last year, I believe, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and I just am so excited to read more about it. But this cover is awful. I do not want it on my bookshelf. It freaks me out every single time I look at it. I'm so excited for this book, but I hate this cover. The next book is The Game by V.I. Keelan. This is a sports romance that releases on January 16th. I'm going to read the synopsis for this one because it's an indie book, so it doesn't have like a blurb because it's not traditionally published. It started out like any other Tuesday. I spent 12 hours writing algorithms for one of the largest companies in the world, and then came home to work on a pet project of mine, feeding facts about the men I knew into a formula to find my perfect match before my 20s came barreling to a close. But then a man knocked on my door and handed me some papers that turned my life upside down. Apparently, a father I never knew existed had left me part ownership of a professional football team in his will. Next thing I knew, I was learning a sport I knew nothing about by spending time with the team's quarterback who was out with an injury, a man who my formula would definitely determine was all wrong for me. Christian Knox was was too handsome and confident for his own good, and could have any woman he wanted, but there was no way I was getting involved when I was now his boss, even if he was insanely gorgeous and had the dirtiest mouth I've ever come across. It wouldn't be wrong, wouldn't it? Probably. But you know what they say about things that are wrong. Sometimes they feel so right. So I love V.I. Keelan's books. V.I. Keelan, I think I read The Summer Proposal to her, and it's probably one of my favorite books I read this year, and I'm just really excited about this one as well. The next book is Georgie All Along by Kate Claiborne. This is a contemporary romance that releases on January 24th. The blurb for this one is a wise and witty new novel that echoes with timely questions about love, career, reconciling with the past, and finding your path while knowing your true worth. I read Love Lettering by Kate Claiborne at the beginning of when I was getting into Bookstagram and things like that in 2021, and it's still like, it's one of the few books I actually stayed up like really late reading, not because of anxiety, but because I actually genuinely was interested in the book and really liked the characters and everything like that. So I'm really excited for this one. I think that like Kate Claiborne's writing is just really up my alley, so I'm really excited to see this and all the hijinks that uh, Georgie and Levi like get up to in their old hometown. It sounds like Levi is like going to be corrupting Georgie a bit, so it sounds like it's going to be fun. The next book is Do I Know You by Emily Wimberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. This is a contemporary romance released on January 24th. The blurb for this one is, when a couple starts to feel like they're married to a stranger, a flirtatious game of pretend becomes the spark they need to reignite their relationship. So these authors are the same ones that wrote The Roughest Draft, which was really popular on Book Talk and Bookstagram last year. I haven't read it, but I have it on my shelf and I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to read this one as well, see if it's just as lives up to the hype of these authors. The seventh book that I want to talk about is Whispers of You by Catherine Cowles. This is the first in her the Lost and Found series. This is a contemporary romance and romantic suspense book that releases on January 31st. The synopsis for this one is, one night a single bullet cost me everything, my body broken beyond repair. Now Holt's back, says he's here to make things right. The stolen moments turn into days, Holt's around every corner. But not everyone is happy that Holt has returned. As tragedy strikes again, I'm the only one in the crosshairs, and Holt might not be able to save me this time. So that sounds like very dramatic, the synopsis. And this is Catherine Cowles' new series. She was, I can't remember what the series was that she was writing all of last year, but it was really hyped up and I heard like really good things about it. And so I really want to read this series, hopefully by her, just because I've heard really great things about her writing style, and this one I really like romantic suspense books, so I'm excited about this one. And last but not least is Chain of Thorns, which is the third book in the Last Hours trilogy, so it's also the finale, by Cassandra Clare. This is a YA fantasy romance that releases on January 31st. The blurb for this one is, James and Cordelia must save London and their marriage in this thrilling and highly anticipated conclusion to the Last Hour series. So Cassandra Clare's books are controversial, I would say, but they're comfort books to me. I absolutely, her books are actually one of the first like series that me and my friends got into in middle school when we were like first starting to get into reading, and so they hold a special place in my heart for those reasons. So I am really excited about these. I always enjoy her books. I don't know if it's just because they feel really nostalgic to me or what. I just really like the whole Shadowhunter universe, but I'm really excited for this one. It took so long to come out. I think it's almost 2 full years that we've been waiting for this book, so I'm just really excited for the conclusion of this one, and I'm really excited to read. That's the end of this video. Those are all the books that I'm really looking forward to that release in January. If you have any suggestions of books that I didn't say, let me know in the comments, because I love to hear your suggestions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.